Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we have a special guest right here. Gucci Gucci cool. That's my dog, by the way. Her name is Sophie, and just in case you're wondering, she's a mix between a dachshund and a cocker spaniel. So she's my little mommy. Today we're gonna be talking about transitioning and big chops versus not versus but just big chops and transitioning and just basically your healthy hair journey. I wrote it all down because I was trying to be organized for this video. So let's get right into it. The first thing is I transitioned. I did not big chop. Looking back and knowing what I know now, I would have big chopped. I would have just she's like scratching at my why are you scratching at my diffuser? At my new diffuser. Looking back, would have I big chopped? Yes. I would have just cut all that deadness off, even though I was afraid of having that little inty winty teeny fro. I would have definitely transitioned. That's for one. Cutting, the first thing you need to know, and it's the biggest misconception about your curly hair and how to get on track for a healthy hair journey in general is people coming up to me asking me or DMing me asking me, oh, how do I get my hair back? How do I make my hair curly again? And the biggest misconception is that whatever they already have that is damaged will be revived, and that is not possible, by the way. You can't get back whatever damaged ends. If you have this much curl and that much damage, this cannot be revived. The most you'll get out of it is a wave at that, but just know that cutting your hair is the best thing you can do for yourself. Just cut it all out, cut the dead ends, cut the negativity, just cut it off. That's why big chop is pretty much the best way to see results. Granted, you are gonna have to wait. If you big chop, you are gonna have to wait a little bit more of time to see your hair come from a teeny fro, maybe to like about this length. It is gonna take you a little bit longer, but transitioning, you don't see much length growth because you're just cutting it off as it goes. But essentially what you need to really know is that it is very important for you to cut that hair. It's like, basically, if you're transitioning, think about it this way. It's like you trying to swim up to the top of a pool and get air, but there's sandbags at your feet. The damage is the sandbags, and this is you trying to swim up. So just cut it off and let it come up for air. Let it be great. Let it breathe. Let it be beautiful. Somebody's itching. The next point I want to hit is stop putting heat and chemicals to your hair, whether it be your blow drying, ironing, hot combing, whether you are dyeing your hair consistently. Bleaching your hair is probably the worst thing you can do. Dyes are pretty bad for your hair in general, but we'll get into that a little bit in a few minutes. Just stop relaxing your hair. Give your hair a break from heat. My biggest mistake was, and my biggest challenge, I should say, was stop going to the salon. I would get a wash-in set every week. Actually, I was consistent every week with getting my hair done. The biggest struggle with me was that I didn't think I looked pretty because I had this much curl and that much straight ends. Like I felt ugly. I felt very, very ugly. So it took me a while to realize that my nature is beautiful. So whatever your nature is, embrace it, because you were put on this earth the way you are for a reason. Your existence is purposeful. Nonetheless, very purposeful. Don't think that the way you look is a mistake. No, you're perfect in your own way. Chemicals, if you do want to continue putting colors in your hair, that's fine, but make sure you first give your hair a break and let the curls come out, let the curls flourish, let the curls be, let the beautifulness come through, and let the health come through, shine through a little bit before you do go and get your hair colored again. And when you do get your hair colored, make sure you go to somebody that knows what they're doing when it comes to curls or natural hair or waves or kinks, whatever you have, coils, anything. Just make sure you're going to somebody that is licensed to work with natural hair. Like, please please make sure that somebody that knows how to work with natural hair, because they will ensure that you will get the less damage, like as little damage possible, if any. So your hair products, from now on, even if you're flaking, no more Head and Shoulders, no more none of these brands that claim to be anything. No sulfates, no silicones, no parabens. Please do cut all that stuff out of your hair, and your hair will revive quicker, because all that stuff damages your hair in the long run. All that stuff really isn't good for your hair. I know a lot of people that use like Head and Shoulders for flaking, which we'll talk about flaking in a second. Head and Shoulders for flaking actually see more dandruff after a while, because it's drying out your scalp at the end of the day. Like, yeah, it feels good at the moment and it takes it out for the moment, but at the end of the day, you're really drying out your scalp. You're really damaging your scalp. You're really not letting this come out in its full potential. Like, just cut all the bad ingredients out. Think about it. If you're trying to lose weight, are you gonna continue eating cheeseburgers? Are you gonna continue eating French fries every day? For me, am I gonna continue eating rice? No, I'm trying to get healthy. So I'm gonna cut all that out, and I'm gonna be conscious of what I'm putting into my body. Basically, like, your healthy hair journey should be equivalent to a healthy lifestyle journey. If you want to compare something, if you're trying to be healthy, don't put bad ingredients into your body. Don't put it into your hair. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Find some ingredients that are good. Find some products that are good, that have good ingredients, I should say. Moisturizing your hair is so important. It's key. It's essential. Find a good moisturizer, good leave-ins, good oils, good as you know, good shampoos, good conditioners, stuff with good ingredients. My go-to brand when I was transitioning, and still to this day, is Shea Moisture. I love them. Like, I literally love them so much, but that was my go-to brand. But that's just what I felt was good for me. I know everybody's different, and a lot of people don't like Shea Moisture that I've recommended it to, but you know what? You have to find a good brand and find some good shampoos, some good conditioners, some good deep conditioners, because deep conditioning is key. Some good styling products, a good leave-in, a good cream, a good gel, good oil to seal in the moisture. Like, you really need to find things that are good for your hair type and for your specific hair, for your porosity. I'm not very good at porosities, but a lot of people go with that. I think I'm regular porosity because I can pretty much, and I'm not protein sensitive, which we'll talk about in a second. So I'm pretty much good to go with a lot of stuff. But I know not everybody's the same, so we all have to, like, you know, it's trial and error. Healthy hair journeys are 100% trial and error. So, yeah. Now, as to flaking and using dandruff shampoos, apple cider vinegar really is like bae. Like, apple cider vinegar is good for everything, including your hair. I take so this is just like an empty glass cup, so I'll take about this much apple cider vinegar and fill the rest up with water, so you're diluting it. And then what you do with that, so it's like 1 part apple cider vinegar to 4 parts water. And what I do is I put that into my hair and I massage my scalp with it, and then I'll go ahead and co-wash. Use a good co-wash or a good conditioner. You can use any conditioner basically that works for you as a co-wash. And that, my friend, even with shampoo, you can even use it before shampoo, but I don't shampoo too often, as nasty as that may seem to a lot of people. But I'll just do that, and that really helps with flaking and dry scalp, which goes hand in hand, basically the same thing. And it helps my curls bounce. Why? I don't know what's in that stuff, but that stuff is just like magic. Like, get you some apple cider vinegar with the mother. That is key, with the mother. The next point I want to hit is deep conditioners. Deep conditioning is key, and I know you've probably heard me say it 1,000 times if you've asked me at any point in time. If you're watching this and you've asked me at any point in time what you should do to like start your healthy hair journey, one thing I say is deep conditioner. Deep conditioner. I know you heard it 1,000 times, but it's true. It's one of those things like stop eating bad stuff and you'll live a healthier life. It really is one of those things. Like, deep condition your hair once a week and you will see the results. Like, things will start flourishing like no tomorrow. Like, you have no idea. But like I said before, you really have, it's a lot of trial and error. You really have to like find a good deep conditioner that works for you, as opposed to like as opposed to just buying anything. I mean, not buying anything. You just have to find something that's good for you. You can do DIY deep conditioners as well. I do DIY protein treatments, which we'll get into in a second. But I do DIY protein treatments and it works magically. So if you can do DIY deep conditioners, then you know what, go for it. If you add heat to your while you're deep conditioning, it's also great because it like gets in there a little bit more. I don't know. I've never used heat for a deep conditioner, but I do deep condition once a week religiously. No matter what I do, one thing that's never out of my wash day is a good deep condition. So trust me, deep condition your hair and you will see what your hair gives back to you because it's beautiful. And if you have color in your hair, quick point, if you have color in your hair, protein treatments are really, really good to help revive your hair, make sure your hair doesn't snap off like my hair did, because I had no idea what the hell I was doing at that point. But like, if you put color in your hair, that's one thing that is like key. Deep conditioning and protein treatments, like your hair will be stronger, softer, it'll have more bounce, it'll have more body. If you're not a person that's trying to get your curls back and you just like to wear your hair straight, deep conditioning is still something you should do, but protein treatment is something you should do at least I do it once a month because you don't want to put too much protein into your hair. I'm not protein sensitive. I know a lot of people are, and I'm sorry if you are, and I'm saying this and it doesn't pertain to you, but I'm not protein sensitive, so I don't know much about products that have protein or whatever the case may be, but I do my own DIY deep conditioners, and if you'd like to see that, let me know down below in the comment. Thank you so much, because I definitely will do a video if that's what you guys want to see on my monthly deep conditioning. Why am I holding this up like this? Okay, when you get out of the shower, do not use a regular towel. If it's wash day, please do not dry your hair with a regular towel. Dry your hair with a microfiber towel or with a cotton t-shirt. What that's gonna do is it's gonna minimize the amount of frizz and friction. Regular towels cause a lot of frizz and especially friction. In my videos, I know I'm fairly new to this, but in all of them, you can see me drying my hair with a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt. I prefer cotton t-shirts over microfiber towels, but a lot of people, both works just fine for them. Oh, I got hair all over me. Both works just fine for them, but one thing I can definitely say is if you want to avoid frizz, do not dry your hair with a t-shirt. And with that being said, before you get out of the shower, make sure your last rinse is with cold water to help seal the cuticles and minimize frizz as well. And why am I talking about this during a healthy hair journey transitioning big chop video? Because it's gonna help you see more results quicker if you pay attention to your hair a lot more and the little things here and there. It really isn't as hard once you get into the routine of doing stuff. I know that in the wintertime it's hard as fuck. It's really hard, I know, in the wintertime especially, to pour some cold water over your head. So what I do is I get out of the shower and I put my head in the sink and I just take a cup and I like pour some cold water over my head, because I'm not trying to have that shower really cold all over my body. Like the shower head just run cold water, really cold water all over my body. Like it ain't gonna happen. Another point that I want to hit is the way you sleep. The way you sleep. So always protect your hair. Either sleep with a silk scarf over your hair, put your hair in a pineapple and put it with a silk scarf, or if you have some satin pillowcases, then you can just pineapple your hair and sleep on your satin pillowcase. You're golden. The bonnets, make sure they're lined inside with satin or silk, whatever, you know, pick your poison, whatever it is, one of those two. But protect your hair at night. Cotton, like I said with the towels, cotton, friction, your hair breaks, your hair frizzes, you're gonna have a really hard time refreshing your hair the next day. And especially if you're transitioning, boy, I know those refreshes are terrible. Your first day hair is the best hair, but you're gonna have a really hard time refreshing. You're gonna have a really hard time maintaining your wash and goes or your braids or whatever the case may be for the week. And just, it's better. It causes less friction, less breakage, less everything. Sleeping with satin as opposed to cotton also make sure that the moisture is in your hair. I always slouch forward, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. It helps you retain moisture. The way you sleep is very, very important. So satin pillowcases if you don't have one, satin bonnet, and if you have and I sleep with a satin scarf over my head. I pineapple my hair, satin scarf, and I have a satin pillowcase. I know you can't see it because of those cotton ones right there, but behind that, I guarantee you there are satin pillowcases. Oil your scalp. At least, I do it like every other day, but at least every other day to every night. Once a day, I oil my scalp. I make sure that there's moisture in my scalp. I use Jamaican black castor oil. I actually started putting a little bit of lavender and a little bit of peppermint. Peppermint just gives you that sensation. It's hot as hell, so everybody wants to feel minty in their scalp. Everyone wants to, it feels refreshing, it feels good, but I oil my scalp at least once a day. But I don't do it at night. I do it during the day, because when I oil my scalp, you go like this, you get a little bit more volume, and I like it. That's one point that I was gonna make. I know this is one thing that nobody really likes to hear, but drinking lots of water is key. Yeah, drinking lots of water is key. What you put into your body is what your body's gonna give you back. So if you wanna grow your hair, if you want your hair to be full and healthy, and just like, you know, just drink a lot of water, and make sure you're eating good foods, cleaner foods. I'm not telling you to go on a diet because your hair is gonna grow. I'm telling you to be a little bit more conscious of what you put into your body, and that's what your body's gonna appreciate it. Now, are you gonna drink every so often? Yeah. Are you gonna overindulge in some foods? Yeah, but just be a little bit more conscious on your day-to-day, and your body will thank you. Your hair and your skin and your nails are gonna grow. Now, that leads me to my next point, biotin. I take liquid biotin, and I have found that that's better than the capsules for me. I've had trouble finding good capsules that work for me, but liquid biotin is said to absorb in the body better and quicker, and helps your hair as well as your skin. But leads me to my water point again. Some people, biotin break them out. So if you drink a sufficient amount of water, you'll prevent that. So yeah. Okay, so my next point would be the benefits of big chopping versus the benefits of transitioning. For me, I have found that big chopping, you see a lot more, like your hair grows out from the root in its entirety and fuller than you just letting whatever is here grow out, whether it's thinning out or not, whatever it's here grow out and then just grow out from the top. Yes, it is gonna grow full, but for me personally, it didn't grow full. Like, this is not the amount of hair I had originally on my head. I had like twice the amount of hair. Now, if you do want to see any pictures from my transition, I have them on my Instagram, which means you should go follow me. What you waiting for? What you waiting for, girl? You should go follow me at Rissa's Curls. I don't know what you're waiting for. Let's be girlfriends. Come on. You know you want to be my friend. I want to be your friend. You want to be my friend. I want to be your friend. You want to be my friend. I want to be your friend. And please hold. Ooh. You can be Sophie's friend. Yay. Oh, my little girl, Sophie. So yeah, if you want to see any pictures of my transition, of before and after pictures, of how I started, if you have any questions for me in general that you want me to answer, if you have any suggestions for me, I'm always open to suggestions. You can follow me at Rissa's Curls on Instagram. You can DM me. You can leave a comment down below. However you find is better to contact me, then go ahead and do that. Always open to have new curl friends, and I'm always open for constructive criticism, and I'm always open to answer any questions you have. So guys, with that being said, good luck in your transition and your journey, finding your healthy products. If there's any points that I missed, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, or you can just DM me. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I mean, but the quickest way to get in contact with me would be through Instagram, by the way. So if you do have any questions and you don't know me like on a one-on-one, on a personal, you have my number, you can go ahead and DM me, because I always answer, and I'm very active on there. So thank you so much for being here, guys. Good luck on your journey. I'm so excited to help out any way I can and help you embrace your beauty and your nature. Because remember, your nature is beautiful. Whatever that is, it's beautiful. You were made in perfection. Remember that, guys. All right. Bye, guys. Until next time.